These fishermen ply their trade on Lake Victoria, an area with one of the highest incidents of malaria in the region. But now cases are occurring in higher altitude places like Nairobi. The temperatures in cities are increasing almost twice as fast as in villages because of tall buildings, cars and roads generating heat. This is creating a conducive environment for temperature-dependent diseases like malaria. At one clinic, doctors say they are now seeing more and more cases of malaria among people who have not recently traveled out of the city. Berita Mwende's 3-year-old daughter, Christina, has just tested positive for the disease. The clinician here says that cases like these were unknown just 2 years ago. Mwende is surprised. She last left Nairobi in December.
I've had experience with other kids, and I always thought you have to travel outside Nairobi or get into contact with people who've been outside Nairobi to get malaria. Because I've lived in Mombasa most of my life, and malaria there is very common, but not in Nairobi.
A look around the estate where Mwende lives shows just how favorable conditions are for malaria transmission. The rainy season in this region starts in April, and with that come water puddles like this one in Jamhuri estate of Nairobi. Now this is just the right breeding ground for mosquitoes. And with temperatures rising, scientists are worried that it is just a matter of time before the transmission of malaria in areas that did not have malaria before reaches epidemic levels. Dr. Andrew Githeko is a researcher at the Kenya Medical Research Institute in Kisumu, Western Kenya. He received a Nobel certificate for his work linking climate change to malaria.
We expect malaria to go into higher altitude throughout Africa, to go to lower altitude, such as Southern Africa. You know, Southern Africa is very cool, and transmission is limited by temperatures. But as it gets warmer, we expect the disease to go further downwards. Also in areas like Mount Kenya region, Mount Kilimanjaro region, in Uganda, Rwenzolis, and a place like Rwanda, Burundi, Ethiopia.
As the mosquito-carrying malaria migrates from the shores of Lake Victoria to other parts of Africa, scientists warn that it is just a matter of time before we see large outbreaks of the disease in these areas. Ann Soy, BBC News, Nairobi.